Okay, let's do this. Hey YouTube, it's Lil of Cage Cooling. So I've not made a video in ages. I had started with really great intentions, doing one video a month whilst I was at college to build it up to one video a week since I'd left, and it didn't happen. So I figured the best thing to do is to take a bit of time, stop, and actually explain what happened in the past few months. So first off, I got pretty snowed under with college and I wasn't handling the stress very well, and I mean, completely fine. I got my A, it's all good, but I didn't really take the warning signs then, which I should have. So left college, and that's a bit weird in itself as well when that finishes, I guess, because A, I don't have student loan no more, so I'm really skint now, and I'm really glad that I did what I did with the student loan, buying stuff that I thought would be useful for the future and trying to invest in materials and stuff like that a bit more whilst I had the chance to. So yeah, so I'm skint. And it's also strange to go from having, I mean, I was only there 3 days a week, but from having that structure to having no structure. And I knew that that was going to be an issue, and I've been delving into as many business books as possible, as many sort of startup books and creative books and stuff like that as well. Oh, small child. So yeah, that was a bit of a shock to the system, and no matter how much I tried to prepare and schedule things and stuff like that, it just wasn't really happening as well as I was hoping it to be. To be fair, the first couple of weeks, I mean, straight after I left college we went to Berlin. That was amazing. That was everything that I needed to get my head a bit more in place, and I really needed that. It was perfect. And Berlin blog will be happening at some point. We did film quite a bit whilst we were there. But yeah, then got back, and to be fair, I think I worked fairly well. So yeah, to give myself credit, when I got back, I think I took a couple of days to kind of recover and stuff, and then I did try to throw myself back into it. And then my husband had an accident. He drives a motorbike. He was coming back from work late at night and a deer ran into him and he dislocated and fractured his shoulder. Not good. Which obviously is not good on one hand because he's in pain, and that's not nice. To have your other half in pain is never a nice sensation. I mean, it's mildly better than being in pain yourself, but it's still like, oh. But on the other hand, on the more practical side, it basically means I've lost my childcare. Camera's too bad. Okay, so yeah, I've basically lost my childcare from it. So he would look after the boys whenever I'd be in the studio and stuff like that. We'd always try and make sure it was a little bit even for us, and he completely understands that as a startup, although I'm not really making much money. The more time that I put in, the more money I'm possibly able to make in the future. So he can't really look after the youngest right now. The eldest is fine because he's 6 and that's no bother at all, but my 2-year-old, my little music man, is that's a nice way to say handful. He's energetic. He's energetic, yeah. Yeah, he's pretty damn energetic, that child. So yeah. So now I have no time, which is alright. I'm starting to sort of claw time back because I have a commission for a couple of days away. So I've been clawing time back to try and get that finished and stuff like that, and just try and fit in time wherever I can, But now that we're no longer as much of a unit as we were before, emotionally a unit, but like practically and physically and stuff, not really, because I can't just be like, oh wait, here's kids, I'm off for 8 hours or however long it is. I need to make sure that I'm making their lunch. I need to be available to do nappy changes and stuff like that, because with one arm and a poopy bum it doesn't work so well. So that. But having this time where it's a little bit of a break and I've had to think about different ways to think about what I can do in the meantime, because I had a lot of plans that I really wanted to put in place this month so that I could launch them all in July. And I can't do that now. I just, for a start, I can't do that to myself. I can't put myself through that much stress because I need to be at a certain level for the boys. But also, there just physically isn't the time to get that work done for July, which is pish. So I'm sort of thinking, right, well, do I just roll it back to the next month? But then because I've had so much time to sort of research and investigate and stuff like that, which is a great thing, and doing all my market research and stuff, it's made me realise that there's a lot of things about the business model that I was... Where's my light gone? I have no light now, okay. Well, there's a lot of things about the business model that I had been planning that I just don't think will work anymore. And it's... and I'm starting to question everything. Like, everything. So... you know what? It's probably better... because I haven't made a video as well because I've been such a perfectionist that I keep thinking, well, I was going to buy light and then I can get nice lighting so it's not all the time. Now I can do this and do that, and then I'll get time away in my studio where I can go and do it in peace and quiet and stuff like that. So I've just plied my toddler off with crisps in front of the TV, like, I've got to do this now. Because I think it's probably better, seeing as there's this platform of YouTube and Instagram, Facebook and all that other kind of stuff, of putting it out there to you, because one of you might have the best advice possible for this situation, in which case I am all ears, please. Or I've gone through something similar and know what it's about, or maybe it's all in my head. I have anxiety, it's entirely possible it could be. The thing is, cage crinoline as a name isn't that great for a business. It's pretty limited. People in the sewing community or historical groups or whatever might know what a crinoline is. But, and a caged one at that, but not everybody does. Anytime I've had to explain it to people or say the name or something, I've had to spell both words, and I'm guessing that that's maybe my accent or something like that, that they're not picking up on the caged part, because I thought that was, you know, a fairly run-of-the-mill word or something. So I'm thinking, change the name. Change the name means I need a new channel. I'm going to need to change everything on social media things. Any name I might have built up for myself over the past 4 or 5 years is gone. Oh wait, I've only had the name like 3 years. 2 years? 3 years? 3 years. 2 years.
Mama.
So I'm questioning the whole name. I've totally changed track on what I really want to do. Originally I was so set on that I want to be doing these performance costumes, I want to do stage wear, I want to do something that's big and out there and crazy and stuff. And more these days, sorry, I'm thinking, I love fashion. I'd really love to do something a little bit more wearable and everyday and stuff like that. So I'm totally torn between them. Like, well, I could do both. Could definitely do both, and that would satisfy the need of building ridiculously huge big costumes and stuff like that, but also maybe have something more steady in a kind of fashion line or something. But then, is that ever steady? Is that spreading myself too thin? Should I be able to put 100% of myself into one thing instead of spreading it about? So there's that. And then the more I'm researching the business stuff, I'm feeling way in over my head. And I've got this feeling that the more time I dedicate to that, the less time I've got to make things, the less things I'm making, the less time I'm spent experimenting and honing craft and stuff like that, the less sellable product I'm gonna have. I just why? Ideally, I would like to be able to hire somebody to just do all the business stuff for me. I can't do that because I'm just getting a student loan. Hire a whole team. And then the other option is go to uni, go and study fashion at uni up at Aberdeen or something like that, which is really appealing right now because it means another 4 years of not having to deal with it. But then do I just want to do that so it's another 4 years and not having to deal with this, and then in a 4 year time I'm going to be right back here again? How and why? I don't know. And trying to work out exactly what it is that I want to focus all of my energy on, or the majority of my energy on, or whatever, to pursue as the business almost seems to make less sense every day, because I change my mind so quickly on what I want to do all of the time. Like, I love making masks, I love making huge big costumes, I love making clothes, wearable clothes, I love designing, I love drawing, painting, photography. Not the greatest at it, obviously. You can see this changing light. But I love doing weird conceptual pictures and stuff like that, and I love working with photographers on stuff like that, so it's like maybe more editorial kind of stuff, I don't know. And now I started playing about makeup and stuff, and I'm loving doing that, and it's like, well, should I try and sell myself as the business and try and do everything within there and just find the products that I can from what I'm doing, which makes sense but is less structured, and I like structure. Why? But I did say one of these videos in the past, or perhaps it was a video I never actually uploaded, that's possible, or maybe I just meant to say it and never did, that what I really want to be doing with these videos is showing you how I'm going about setting it up so that you can come with me on that journey and see all the mistakes I make and how I go about fixing them and all that kind of stuff, because I think it's very easy for people to talk about their past and like, oh, it was so hard setting up, blah 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 blah, and it doesn't seem very real. I mean, it's good for them to say that instead of just, no, I'm here now and I'm running a business of whatever, and that's great. But I feel like it's what I would like right now to consume through YouTube and various different social media platforms is somebody else who's got to where they want to be in their business but documented that process so that I can look back and see it from the beginning and see where they go. And the only way to do that is to document the process, even when it's absolutely awful, like now. What? Oh, my hair's so floppy today. Because I washed it last night. Because I put loads of gel in it and stuff to do a picture. Which I'm playing with on Photoshop, it's going to be quite fun. I'm rubbish at Photoshop though. There's something else I want to learn. Photoshop and Illustrator and stuff. Good. More things I want to do. I want to design t-shirts and stuff like that, and band t-shirts and things. And I have drawings for them, I just need to digitalize them and stuff so that I'd be able to possibly screen print them. But then screen printing is a whole different realm of expense and stuff, and if you're doing that you really need to just be like concentrating on that So I'd have to send them away to get thingy, but then they wouldn't be my style of clothes. They'd just be t-shirts. Should I say that? Wearing just a t-shirt. Oh god. Hate this. Why? So yes, this is the pain and weirdness that I'm going through right now. Maybe it's on my head, maybe I'm overthinking everything, because that's usually what I do anyway. Maybe it's half and half. I think it's probably half and half. I think I'm overthinking quite a lot, but I think there's also kind of truth in quite a bit of it. The name's gonna change, and I don't know what the hell is my business anymore, and that's probably gonna influence what the name would be. So, yeah. So for a start, what I'm gonna do, try and claw some sense back into this. I'm gonna start the videos every week, and they're probably gonna be like this, and I'm just gonna be garbling a whole bunch of stuff of what I'm panicking about at that particular moment in time, which is all the time. And they're gonna be badly edited because I'm rubbish at editing things. But they'll at least be out there and they'll at least be done, and then I can at least take that off my list of stuff I wanted to do this summer. But yeah, I don't know. If you have any advice at all about life in general, please leave it in the comments down below. And just, yeah. I think one of the things I need to do is go and find like some kind of business mentor. Like go to Business Gateway or something like that. I don't know. Right, yes. Any advice, comments down below. If you would if you enjoyed my fear, panic and heartache, please subscribe. I don't know. If you would like to see how I claw myself out of this hole, please subscribe. Hey! And yeah, you don't need to like this because I don't like this. Don't thumbs this up. This is awful. I mean do, because it would probably help me out in general life. Maybe I'll get some validation from your thumbs up. So good. Yeah. Yeah, and if you want to find me, for the time being, I'll be Cage Crinoline on Facebook and Instagram, the same way it's spelled here, which is apparently really hard to spell. Why? I don't have Snapchat, that's another thing I've got to do. Not have Twitter, that's another thing I've got to do. I think I'm good when I'm panicked though. This is Panic Couture. Oh my god, maybe that should be the name, Panic Couture. Or not. That doesn't make sense. This is my life right now. First world problems. Yeah, so yes. Maybe in the next video I'll actually update properly on like what I've been doing other than just panicking and rethinking everything and dying slowly inside. But genuinely though, maybe actually filming and what I've been doing other than that. And I will film as I go along. So yeah, love you, bye.